What is going on, everyone? It is me, Natsu here, and we are back with some more Dokkan battle. So just want to push out this extra Gamma video out today. So this is the Gamma 1 and 2 team, well, the Gamma 1 team versus Cell, almost said Cell Max, versus the Metal Cooler Core stage. And this is obviously an auto run, as you could tell by the title and the screenshot. And honestly, I'm actually a little surprised we were able to get this, because look at these rotations here. This is my first try doing it here. Obviously the Gammas are just extremely powerful, and now they're on the global version of the game, so I'm sure a lot of you guys have experienced and know the true strength that these Gammas have. They're absolutely incredible. So I don't know, I think we're looking pretty good here overall, right? Just and the fact that we're able to actually beat this event on auto with these rotations like this is pretty nice. So this is just generally, I would say, more or less the best movie hero scene that you can run, right? So in terms of this auto mission, actually the only unit that I feel like I would run over, just when I do a normal run, would be I would probably run Android 8, the EGO one, over Carnival Goku at the end. The reason why is because he shares a good amount of links with this Kid Goku, and he just is literally invincible given you get to turn 5. But in this event right here against the Metal Cooler Core, the issue is that you can't really manage, when Android 8 is going to be on turn 5 compared to other fights, right? Because there's always the 3 turns that you need to have, right? So, well, I mean, the first 3 turns you have against this fight, obviously, you immediately go to turn 4 in the next fight. So in this specific instance, I've had Android 8 here. Let's say we're not doing an auto mode run. We would have had Android 8 actually just turn up on turn 4, and he would be missing, what, 30% damage reduction? That's a lot to be missing for sure on the Android 8, but regardless, for this auto run, I decided to bring Revival Goku. He's just obviously extremely powerful still, one of the best units in the game. Stacking defense, guarding, revive, and just a basic bread and butter of how to be a good unit, I feel like, right? If you want to make a unit good, stacking defense, guard, and then I guess revive on the side, right? Maybe some type of healing could go a long way. It's unfortunate I got Gamma 2. Well, you could think of it as unfortunate I got Gamma 2 in turn 3, but honestly, if you really look into it, I think it was a little lucky. Because what happened is we're able to build up Gamma 2 a little before we get to the physical phase, so that we can get the potential ability to do 5 super attacks against that phase, right? Instead of the int phase and just wasting all his additionals. Though he would have been able to build up a lot more. He's basically fully built up by the time you're at the end of the first rotation he's on because of the additionals he does. This fight, obviously, well, you can technically kill the fight if you nuke it, but most of the times you're not gonna use items here or waste your time trying to kill this fight. So that's that right there. And he did get super attacked, which is a little unfortunate. But you see, he does definitely really eat this, considering again he's not even fully built up. He eats that pretty well. We have Gamma 1 there. Basically, he's not even fully built up, and I wouldn't even think of him as an offensive unit. I think of him more as a defensive, obviously tanking unit. And he's doing these 8 to 9 million attack stats. Not bad at all. And I would say, when he does get hit 5 times, he gets a 30% chance to crit. You could look at that and oh, it's not really that big of a deal, but I feel like it is actually a pretty good thing overall, because that's basically 15 crit in the hidden potential system, right? Not including addition, any, how to explain it, not including any, let's say you're an AGL unit and you're not having any, equips. Equips is the word I'm looking for. God, I'm stupid. You're going to look at that and be like, wow, okay, 15 crit is 30 crit, right? So at least a 30% chance. So overall, I think it's a pretty nice thing to have. And we see that the Gammas are both fully built up. So this was actually a pretty good rotation here, because we had Tech God Goku and then the Kid Goku, the both Rainbow Orb changing. I believe Kid Goku was able to provide the 8% damage reduction, right? So what happens is, when Kid Goku gets 7 key spheres, it doesn't matter what type of key spheres, just 7 in general, he does provide 8% damage reduction to the entire team, or the rotation, I'd say. And it's an absurdly powerful effect. You guys, I feel like, again, you won't know how powerful that effect is until you actually use it and you have Kid Goku and you use him so many times, right? Like that, for example, especially with characters that have existing damage reduction built in. God Goku right here, he has 77% damage reduction, but when you add the 8 on top of that, that goes to 85. That is a lot of damage that you could shave off. And, you know, even for units without damage reduction, let's say units that have guard or something, like Carnival Goku, right? Having his guard and an 8% damage reduction, you guys, like, guard and damage reduction is so extremely powerful. That's why, like, Tech Janemba is still relevant right now. That's why this STR Piccolo is really good. Guard and 30% damage reduction. It's just a very, very crazy effect to bring on the units. And, you know, obviously, I talk about God Goku and STR Piccolo. They're just really here for tanking support. They're able to survive the Cooler Core super attack. I think the only unit that, well, there's 2 units that won't be able to survive the Cooler Core super attacks. That is the Gamma 2 unit, and that is the Kid Goku. But Kid Goku and Gamma 2 actually have full dodge built on them, obviously, because full dodge is the way to go for those units, in my opinion. Anyways, continuing from there, if you saw, I got a little annoyed when I was watching it, you know, go on auto, because I was like, well, he just sealed Gamma 1. Gamma would have done a lot of damage, but it is probably better that he sealed Gamma 1 over Gamma 2. I mean, even probably Carnival Goku, honestly, because getting the stacks of defense with Carnival Goku are probably very, very important. So Gamma 2, I mean, isn't even fully built up here at this moment. So this first super attack won't be like a showing of his actual numbers. But I think right here, he's fully built up 100%. The next super attack is just, you know, what, I think I spoiled it. I'm pretty sure he does get another super. He does actually end up getting the, obviously not his full passive up, but the additional attack and defense raise for the turn. Yeah, you can definitely tell, because it's way less of a jump compared to their other super attacks, right? So he's looking good. He has a 50% chance to crit. Just a lot of damage this Gamma 2 could deal. It's like an extremely powerful unit. Look at this guy go. And then we have Gamma 1. He's just kind of there. He's like, okay, well, he does a little chip damage, I guess, right? It's pretty good, but I mean, his role is to tank, so here I think he gets sealed as well. Which sucks, because technically he would have been the most, like, the unit here that does the most damage. But it's still fine, as long as he does his role to tank pretty well. Kid Goku, yeah, he gets 6 orbs and no rainbow orbs. I would say the thing about Kid Goku here is obviously, well, if you're not aware, I guess, because he's on only JP. He gets crit chance, and then he gets damage reduction per rainbow keys for obtained. The damage reduction doesn't really matter here, obviously, because he's not getting attacked at all, which is good. But, well, I would say getting 7 orbs for the damage reduction matters, right? But for himself, it didn't matter. But the critical hits definitely would matter, because at least in this situation, this is where you could say the full dodge build isn't really that effective, because my Kid Goku can't even crit at all. I have 0 crit in Kid Goku because he gets crits from the rainbow orbs. But in a sense, if you're doing an auto mode run and he doesn't grab any rainbow orbs, then you're kind of screwed. I mean, in an actual real gameplay situation, I would have grabbed the rainbow orbs at the end, but you know, in this situation, we're just not really doing much damage, and it sucks because we got 3 super attacks off with this guy. And dude, this guy is crazy, right? He's not putting up the best numbers right now because he's not next to like Android 8, but he's pretty wild. And then we have Carnival Goku's revive skills. So I'm like, okay, well, even if Gamma 2 dies at the end, we're looking pretty clean. I got the nullification right there. I don't think he super attacks me this turn. So I think it's possible I'd straight up nullified his super attack, which is really good, obviously, if I did end up nullifying his super. Especially for STR Piccolo, because he didn't even have his full passive up, right? This Cooler, he didn't super last. No, he did super last. But these red zone bosses, man, all the time, they be instantly supering you. And then you're like, well, that sucks. Especially for units like Carnival Goku or, you know, Piccolo right there that want to get hit before they attack. It's very, very, very troublesome, right? But because of that, actually, we don't end up getting the revive here. I don't even remember if we get the revive in the fight. Like, we had the opportunities to revive, but we didn't actually end up reviving, I believe. We have Gamma 2 with his 70% chance to additional super here. So, he's looking good. He's not... Dude, I don't know why. Gamma 2 is just a fraud for me sometimes, and he just doesn't want to crit. It's like, you have a 50% chance built into crit, and you're just not going to crit, bro. Really? And that's crazy. So, we get back to this initial rotation that we had. again, it's not possible for us to die. God Goku ended up getting his Rainbow Key Sphere, so even though he can't super attack, I don't believe he would take 320k off a super. Maybe he would have and would have died, but I didn't get super here, obviously, regardless. Obviously, this is a winning run, right? So, at this point, we're just kind of moving through there, and then that's where the 30% chance to crit does come into help right there. Because my Gamma 1, even if you build Gamma 1, like, well, I mean, my Gamma 1 is mostly additional, right? He's, I think, 17 additional, 11 dodge. So having that 30% chance to crit there can be helpful. Just to do a little extra snipe damage, I'd say. But yeah, here we win. We have Kid Goku's active skill. I don't think we kill with the active skill, though. And I was like, we didn't kill with the active, right? Look at that, because I didn't get the crit off. I forgot the crit I would have killed, but I was a little scared here. I was like, well, if he just supers instantly, we're dead. No, actually, no, we had the revive skill, didn't we? We had the revive. Never mind, we're good. I completely forgot we had the revive skill there. So even if you supered us, we would have been perfectly fine. But Kid Goku does get the dub here, and we're looking pretty good. So that is the Metal Cooler Core stage auto run. I mean, there's not really much like actual true commentary, I guess you could say, I could bring to the table, because this is literally an auto run. It's not like me being like, okay, I did this here because, or anything like that. But just commentating and talking about why I brought these certain units and what happens, I think it's just cool to see, and better than just uploading an empty run without any commentary. So at the end here, I'll be showing my builds like always. Let me know what y'all think of this auto run, Gamma 1 and 2 Supremacy. I don't care. I love Gamma 1, best unit in the game. Agenda, and I'll catch you next time. Peace out.